Voice is absolutely like cooked. So I really hope that we can probably hear each other with this. But to live is to suffer. To live is to suffer. A cozy notion to curl up to, and a trope kind of done to death. We get it. Things are hard, boo-hoo, because as human beings, we're condemned apparently. It's being thrust into existence of no real volition of our own. Oh, somebody texted me, fuck. Apparently, systemic injustice, war, social media rage baiters, aging peers, and our own decaying vessels dumped on us in much the same way, without us really ever having asked in the first place. You wouldn't even be wrong for growing resentful. Everything I just mentioned, cruel, senseless, unfair as it is life. Again, this shouldn't really be something new to you. I can almost guarantee that we threw Paleolithic pity parties, elaborately painted cave walls with crash outs over thieving with Neanderthals and scandalous saber-toothed tigers. Burnings, however, have probably done very little to make us happier. Because despite the benefits afforded by our species' inventions, we're still bound to the hedonic treadmill where suffering persists. It shouldn't necessarily demand an ungrateful rejection of our advancements. Look, they do wonders 100% to enhance our lives. But with the quirks of our minds, we probably shouldn't be expecting them to grant us joy. Because, at least in my opinion, much of the satisfaction we actually seek is probably not from fixing the problems per se, but rather in the process of finding out how to solve them. Our very nature pretty much necessitates that we play a perpetual game of whack-a-mole. You know, clearing one problem only really frees up space to uncover new ones to solve. And look, it sounds kind of bleak, but no matter how long we spend in our heads mulling it over, there's no real punishment, nor is there any reward in the end for steeping ourselves in misery over this fact. So, what the okay, sure. Our lives can pretty much be lived in complete self-drowned, self-mutilative torture, all with nothing really to show for it in the end. Because, to be honest, hurting for its own sake is meaningless, and staying in pain, and I say if, our choice is largely done in our own hands, is really a disservice to maybe even ourselves. Yeah, I feel like throwing attention, feel angry over knowing you will most definitely be dished out punches to the face without reason. You do it for pretty much as long as you drag your bones across this earth. No one really to hear the screams of rage that you utter except you in the cramped confines of your very own skull. Yeah, me too, to be honest. But ultimately, we can't really deny the rage, nor can we indulge ourselves endlessly in its embers. As the wise master Uguay put it, your mind is like this water, my friend. When it is agitated, it becomes difficult to see. But if you allow it to settle, the answer becomes clear. You should feel angry, but not be angry. In doing so, I guess we have a choice. We can choose either to sit resentfully in suffering, pretty much eternally in decay, or we can face it and grow. We have two gates, two paths to heaven, but also two paths to hell, depending on how you choose to see it. Our first haven is going to be, of course, that of ignorance. It's where we go when we've definitely glimpsed the ugly truth of reality, but we choose not to accept it. Here, we're free to avoid, to run away, escape, but we also curse ourselves deep down with the knowledge of that dishonesty. Look, we're not stupid, and we can pretty much always tell when we're deceiving ourselves. Because no matter how hard we try and rationalize it, intuitively there is some sense of knowing that we're just being a fake-ass bitch. For this haven is also concurrently a version of hell where we rot with our suffering slowly. We're drowned in the sickly sweet smell of overripe fruits, devoured by the elements before we ever really granted ourselves the chance to taste them. Our other option, to suffer and to do so loudly. Live each day not in masochistic martyrdom, but in acceptance and gratitude, embracing the bitterness as it comes naturally to us. Here, we're kicked down and each time left to pick ourselves back up. Pain is still present, yes, but we're never really having a choice between hurting or not. It was just different kinds of pain and different kinds of outcomes. In this hell, there's the beauty of resourcefulness and the beauty of potential spent, not wasted. Here, trust ourselves as artists with the capability to scrap together pretty much whatever we're joyful or sorrowful, into something with some semblance of meaning. Because either we find a way or we make one. And you know what? Some will say it's delusion. And you know what? It definitely is, probably. But you should be proud of that. Because in the end, that just means you're a good storyteller. To remain soft, curious, and engaged in a world that will continually find new reasons for you to be apathetic is going to be the strongest assertion of your free will. So if you're hurting, that's normal. And if you're angry, you probably deserve to be. We need more kindness with ourselves and others, but it would be deeply imprudent to assume that endless analysis in itself is kind. Sitting and licking our wounds forever doesn't let them heal. It's ultimately life rewards action, not intellectualization, and certainly not resentment.